Welcome back, you guys, to another episode of Wrestling with Exotic. On this episode, we're going to be talking about AEW All Out. And to kick off this show, I just want to talk about Better Than You, Baby, taking on the Dark Order. But quickly, I have to mention, this is AEW's first pay-per-view without CM Punk, seeing as how they terminated his contract 3 days ago in relation to what happened to All In and his incident with Jack Perry. So,
isn't that crazy, bro? Like how Tony Khan kind of described it to where felt like he was in danger, to where they had to fire him.
I feel like, well, it's a legal matter, and they're looking at the checks and balances as seeing as how Phil is very volatile. And Phil, you gotta know, I get if you were the victim in this situation. The last time you were in a situation like that, you were the aggressor. You had a press conference talking shit about the people who pretty much brought you in here because they signed off on you even being there. Then in this chance now, you're fucking with somebody who has a 20-year age difference in you, and I get that you guys are the same workplace, but it's like maturities, bro, because you knew you were kicking off the show. So that's also a crazy way to start the show, and we don't even know that was going on, and it just sucks because you had a stellar match, but it's just like you let everything fizzle out. I also clearly would have mentioned people can't be mad at Tony Khan because he gave this guy a second chance. A lot of people were saying he should have been fired the first time, and Tony Khan didn't speak on it at all. Never even let that thing like he was thinking about that or even give up any impression that he's gonna fire Phil. All he did was give him a chance to rehab, work on his body, and come back and prove to people wrong. He is the one that chose to show his true old colors. Like, you can't be mad at Tony because oftentimes my colleague right here will even say he feels like inmates run the asylum and Tony Khan doesn't put his foot down. He has to show some type of backbone in the situation.
Yeah, the inmates do sometimes run the asylum there, and he's just like, yeah, you guys come here because you know how to wrestle. Nigga, wrestle, nigga, I got the money. Let's get it cracking. Y'all, yeah, you make matches, nigga, come on. You know what's up? That's the vibes that I get from Tony Khan's management. But, yeah, man, I'm definitely not hyped on seeing Phil leave the company. At the end of the day, I'm always support my dog, and this was just another unfortunate situation. I don't want to see him not ever wrestle again. I feel like at this point, his last chance is
WWE.
Is no TNA or Ring of Honor. Like, and pray to God that they take you. Like, Ring of Honor might not, only because they're connected to AEW, but
Tony owns Ring of Honor.
Man, they kind of own TNA too. Yeah, I don't know, man. But hopefully, you know, TNA is pretty much the last spot that you haven't really burnt down, like, for real. So it's still green for you to go back there. You've already been there once before in your career, so, you know, they always allow people back with open arms. I mean, shit, look at fucking Hogan. And he ruined that company, shitted on that company, and still let him come back.
Just relax. You should just act, Phil. You're a good actor. You act like a nice guy, but you're really a cancer, like Seth Rollins said. Go, Will, you cancer, you. But anyways, speaking of people who live up to the name best in the world, we had Better Than You, Baby, taking on the Dark Order for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships of the world. And this is our first time seeing MJF in over officially a week because he was in Paris, you know, as he said, banging rats and whatnot, while Adam Cole held it down. So I felt like it was just really cool to see him come back.
Banging rats is crazy.
He's hilarious for saying that. That is the most jock, white boy, frat boy shit to even say.
That is some dirty, grimy shit. Crazy.
He said, I'm out here in Miami. He said, that's what he's on. But hey, I digress. Seeing this match was just great. I actually had some candid points I noted in this match that I've seen the trajectory that MJF is going on, and he is being a babyface, but it's not the typical babyface. He's not necessarily doing good acts, but he's more so doing good actions and making fun of the legend historical spots in wrestling, such as he performed an injured hero type of dynamic where his neck was causing him to be out half the match, and Adam Cole had to provide like the foundation for the majority of the match and show that he's an incredible wrestler, taking on John Silver and Alex Reynolds. only for Max to come back and said, I don't give a fuck what the doctors say. Just hit a thumb to the eye, slam their heads together, and somehow he was able to get the momentum going in their favor. He hit a kangaroo kick as he should. Then he tagged in Adam, and what do you know? A double clothesline that led to the 1, 2, 3. Now, as they're walking up the entrance, making their way to the back, Samoa Joe's music plays, and I thought that was kind of interesting because I haven't seen them collide on screen in ever in AEW. Now, Samoa Joe is walking, his head is up. Max is down because he has a neck injury, so he's holding. It was like a classic encounter and like a pullback to their 2018 NXT pushing in the hall when Max is a security guard for Samoa Joe as he's escorting him to the ring. And I just think it's funny, and I can't wait to see how this plays out. And we should be hearing from Max this week on Dynamite, and I can't wait for him to call out Samoa Joe because, this guy right here, he's a big Samoa Joe fan. So I think it's great because, Samoa Joe is going to be in the spotlight with the AEW World Champion, but he's going down, and I can't wait to see him get embarrassed. Because why are you doing that, Joe? Are you insecure that you have to defend your worrying about a World Television Championship? And your
Joe is anything but insecure. Trust and believe.
Why
he pushed that nigga to the side because he wanted to remind him, bro, it don't matter how big you get, you always going to be that little kid walking me to the ring, bitch. So that's what he wanted to remind him. That's why he laughed and smirked off like, nigga, I don't care that you're AEW champion or whatever, bro. You're still a kid to me, bro. Like, you just started this shit, so chill out.
We'll see.
That's exactly.
I can't
if
wait.
You're asking for my opinion on this overall match, though,
yeah.
This match was silly as hell. Silly as hell from the whole jump. MJF either soft as hell or that nigga's elbow was made out of iron because after that elbow he was out for the entire match. I'm like, dude,
it wasn't an elbow. It was a steel chair to the back of him.
No, it was the elbow that started it off, had him holding his head, and then when the ref wasn't looking, that's when the other nigga with the long hair hit him in the head with the steel chair. And then that's what made it even worse. But yeah, prior to that, he was already holding his head. And I'm all like, dude, now you out for the whole match and Adam Cole is really beating up these niggas, bro. I'm like, if Adam Cole win this match by himself, this is going to be some legendary shit. I ain't going to lie. But at the same time, man, just the ending of the match was silly as hell. How MJF came out there, did the stupid ass kangaroo kick. They did the double clothesline, and I'm just like, bro, this shit is just, come on. What's the next match? Like, this shit's silly as hell.
It's great. What a way to get the crowd engaged. The champ's there. You know what I'm saying? Everyone could be like, better than you, baby. Set the tone. Also, they had a nice Jordan shirts. We were inquiring about that earlier. Go get that at AEWshop.com.
Yes, sir. Them shirts were definitely tough. I gotta get me one. Speaking of Samoa Joe, man, he had a tough-ass match with Shane Taylor, who I didn't know at all, but now I do know. Let me tell y'all this. This match was real. Like, every hit was real and had disdain behind it from both men. Shane was matching Joe's physicality, which had this match turned from the opening bell. And in the end, Joe would end up putting him to sleep. But man, these dudes was beating the absolute hell out of each other, matching each other blow for blow. Pause. So, yeah, it was a dope-ass match to see. And shout out Shane Taylor. He gets down.
Definitely, man. I wasn't too familiar with Shane Taylor as well, but he definitely made his name going against Samoa Joe.
Bro, he was body slamming this nigga tough to where Joe was looking like...
He was dominating the match, majority of the match, honestly.
Yes.
It led to Joe having to hit 20 rapid knee strikes to the face to even slow him down to choke him out.
Right.
Because it wasn't like usually Samoa Joe builds to that choke. No, that choke was desperation because I said, he said he's the same size as me, so I can't play the power game.
Right.
He's knocking me down
because he's winning the power game.
He's a little bit bigger than me. He really is trying to knock me out, and I gotta just knock him out in a technical way because he kept playing with Samoa Joe like, I could see him get a concussion. He was knocking lariats left and right. And just I ain't never seen Samoa Joe on his back that many times on the canvas in a match.
Yeah, getting slammed.
By nobody that was his size. He went against Brock Lesnar, wouldn't get thrown around like that.
Yeah, no, he was not. I just had this image of Samoa Joe in my head, just all red, gasping for air, clenching his back, just on the mat like, damn, this nigga just really snapped the shit out of me, Joe?
You stand with me?
Right. Bro, and then, like I said, like, every punch was real as fuck and hard. Like, them niggas was punching the shit out of each other like they were trying to break each other's jaw for real. That's what I'm trying to see in this day and age of wrestling. That's real wrestling to me. And if we want to get more people behind us and behind this great sport, that would needs to be consistent. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
It ain't about, oh, I'm going to break my hand. Fuck all that. Knock that nigga out. The fuck?
Yeah.
That's why I be telling you I like Orange Cassidy's Orange Punch better than Roman's. Because Orange Cassidy, he really trying to sleep your ass. Roman, he trying to pose for that t-shirt. He trying to let you know. My bad. Knock Kurt down.
He's good.
But
Kurt's still standing. Next up on AEW All Out, we had a TNT Championship match between Luchasaurus and Darby Allin. Personally, this match I don't want to speak too much on, but I will say the right person won. Because Luchasaurus, as much as Christian Cage is parading like he's a champion, Luchasaurus is the champion, and he's having good defenses, and I feel like this is the way to really legitimize that belt again, because even though Darby tried to acknowledge the fact that the belt is trying to lose some prestige, if you get the belt again, that's kind of losing prestige because it's playing hot potato. So I feel like him keeping the belt, even though everyone hates it, I love it because Christian's getting screen time. He is making everyone want to take that belt from him. So whoever really does take it from him, I hope that they're a real star. I don't want to see it be anybody that's held the belt before. The only person I'll be okay with them doing that was the person that would have a match after this, and that would be Miro. Because I feel like Miro is the last person to really solidify the belt with actual prestige away from Sammy or Darby. And I feel like Miro did in a different sense. He made it with a white strap. He put his own little spin on it. He's a very technically sound wrestler too as a big man. So it's like that's what I feel like a TNT Championship is supposed to be like. It's like that belt's not supposed to be necessarily the it factor, but the person's supposed to make that belt. And I feel like that's what Christian is doing. And that's why his whole shindig is supposed to work. Because he couldn't do that if that was a world championship or an international championship. But this title is the perfect for that character. You know what I mean? But I definitely don't want to see Darby with this belt no more. Darby, you can't hide behind the TNT Championship anymore. You already faced it for the AEW World Championship. I know that Jack's going for FTW, but at the same time, he's thriving in his own sense. You got to find something else and hit that main event ceiling because you're on Sting. You know what I mean? Sting wasn't always for mid-card. He's been a tag team. He's won all the belts, but he definitely was the guy at one point. So I'm interested to see in the next year how is Darby going to be able to try to break that mold.
Yeah, that match was silly as hell. The whole thing with Luchasaurus and Christian, silly as hell. Darby Allin coming out there in booty shorts and spandex, painted nails, silly as hell. What's the next match on the card, brother?
Miro versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Powerhouse.
This match was like watching paint dry. I'm not gonna lie, like I knew Miro was gonna finally choke this nigga out. I was just waiting for it, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, like, it was a decent match. They was slamming each other around, all that cool shit that happens in wrestling. But it was just like, I don't know, there wasn't enough build up to it, so it didn't make me really give a fuck. And then Lana tried to come out at the end and help him. I thought that was the only actual good moment of the entire segment because Miro was like, I'm not fucking with you. I remember when you was fucking with Bobby over there, embarrassing me. And they're sleeping with this nigga on television, all type of shit, kissing him. Oh my god, bro. She used to really be tonguing that nigga down in front of him on national television.
It's
Every
crazy.
week, bro. Every fucking week. Like, if that was my wife, sheesh, man. Sheesh, bud.
You gonna give it up? You gonna get the
Listen,
papers?
Bro, I'm good, bro. If Bobby Lashley take my bitch and he's busting her down, I don't want her back. I don't want her back. Like Miro said, that bitch is forsaken. You went with the world's buffest milk dud over me and got busted down on national TV. Fuck you.
Oh my god. You can't go back.
Hey man, you gotta admit that was real disgusting work by her.
Nasty work.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's horrible. You gotta relive that. What do you tell people? Who agreed to that?
What do you tell your kids? Oh shit.
Who agreed to that? Mommy, who's that guy?
Hey yo! They had Lana doing episodes of Blacked on Monday Night Raw, bro. That shit was crazy. They had her all in the bed giggling with the nigga and shit. Like, yo! Hey yo, this shit crazy.
What's going on? It's PG? Vince was up to no good. He didn't like Rusev, and he's like, you don't deserve that.
Raw was thirsty for some ratings at that time, though. They was just doing whatever.
In the toilet. Oh my god.
They was down bad, yo.
Horrendous.
Up next, we're going to be talking about Ricky Stark's match with Bryan Danielson, and this was definitely an intense match from the jump, and I thought it was hilarious how Bryan was not expecting this level of physicality from Ricky Stark.
Ricky stole off on him.
Quick. It did not even fuck around with him. Ricky
cut him open fast.
Ricky already had him bleeding before the opening bell. Before the opening bell, Bryan was leaking. Got his ass back in the ring and then gave him another 10 minutes of hell. After that, Bryan started turning up, and then he had caught Ricky in that tree of woe. And for you guys that don't know what that means, that's when you're hanging upside down from the turnbuckle. And Bryan was kicking the dog shit out of him. Hitting him with crazy low basement drop kicks. I was like, holy shit, bro. He was bending that nigga head back.
He's exposing him.
Bro, he was making him scorpion in the tree of woe. That shit was crazy.
I was like, I'm a firm believer that when Bryan Danielson sees blood, he turns up.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's one of them that just loses his fucking mind. And then, like, even at one point, he was whipping the hell out of Ricky Starks, like giving him straight lashes on his back. And like low key, I didn't know how to feel about that. I was all like I'm happy Bryan winning, but in no way, shape, or form should a white man be doing this to a black man in 2023 right now. Like the only reason why this is okay is because it's wrestling. Like this is some real low key racist shit that I'm watching that I low-key am enjoying, but I can't enjoy it too much because I'm like,
this is setup.
This is bad. No.
This is setup. This is facade.
This is all bad, yo. You should not be whipping a black man in 2023 with a fat-ass leather-strapped belt. Are you fucking kidding me?
Do you know your name?
Right, say your name.
Who do you wrestle for? Who do you wrestle for? Are you a collision guy or dynamite? Collision.
Sports entertainment or real wrestling?
Real wrestling.
In the end, Bryan ended up putting Ricky Starks to sleep. And I like this ending because Ricky Starks did not tap out, which kind of gave him some credit in a way. Like, you know what I mean?
Got some grit to him.
Right. Bryan Danielson is one of the greatest submission specialists ever. So for him to not be able to make Ricky Starks tap out and Ricky Starks just, fade to black, that was good for Ricky.
Definitely. I seen a lot of progress in Ricky. He also showed that edge that maybe I knew and you knew, but a lot of people didn't know he had because he's the one to make Bryan bleed first. And I feel like a lot of people were thinking it'd be the other way around.
And imagine if he would have tapped out, bro. Everybody would have been chanting for weeks.
Yeah,
like, you tapped out. You tapped out.
Or you quit, or just like, that's why you just fall guy. You're just never gonna make that. main event level that you think
Right,
you are.
but him passing out to that was like best case scenario for him.
Absolutely. I'm interested to see what's to take place on Collision, because now I feel like Jay White and I feel like Jay White, Ricky Starks, Bryan Danielson are going to be the focal points of the show officially now, with CM Punk's absence. So I'm looking forward to that and how they culminate. And I feel like that locker room and Collision itself is going to all band together, because all of them are loving the exposure that they were getting, regardless of the fact that the network wanted the show for CM Punk. Because even though that may be the case, I can name a few people that make Collision what it is that are not CM Punk. For one, Juice Robinson. For two, we got Miro. And for three, we got Andrade. He's just dealing with some personal stuff right now. We got the House of Black. We got a bunch of people that weren't getting the screen time on Dynamite. So guys just continue to
Yeah, and
stand
I think
together.
Jon Moxley's gonna take that international championship to Collision.
That'd be cool if he did that as well. I would be right to it.
Well, CM Punk's out the window, so you know they gotta have some type of champion over there.
I wouldn't mind if the Blackpool Comedy Club really just went to Collision, but
yeah,
I feel like they want to still have a reign on Dynamite because the Elite, they hate them.
well, they can do both, but I mean, just for Jon Moxley, I feel like Jon Moxley would just, you know, occasionally defend that belt and just make more appearances on Collision. Up next, we're gonna be talking about fucking Kenny Omega losing to fucking Takeshita. Why the fuck is Kenny Omega getting pinned 2 times within 2 weeks span? That don't make no damn sense. And then you guys got this man out here calling himself a wrestling god and all this shit. That's like some JBL shit. JBL swear you're a wrestling god but losing to everybody. That shit don't make no sense to me, bro, and it's sickening. Good for Takeshita, but at the same time, that's not what I'm paying $50 fucking to see, motherfuckers. And yeah, y'all can comment and say whatever you want. Yeah, $50 is a bit much to watch these niggas when I can watch WWE for $5 on Peacock. So yeah, it is a bit much, nigga. Nobody want to spend that extra money, especially to see Kenny Omega get pinned twice within the 2-week span. What the fuck? What did you think about this match, man?
I didn't mind. Who these outcomes I was hyped on. I'm not like him. You know what I'm saying? It was a great time. The only reason why I'm okay with this loss is because that tells me we're about to see a rapid Killer Kenny soon. He's only doing this to build the stars of AEW and the people who he has a lineage with. He has a history with Takeshita of DDT, and Takeshita was basically his protege. So basically, by Don Callis to take him away and to turn him into his protege, even though Kenny was always that protege, it's like storytelling. And the fact that he actually beat him, and Kenny was overcoming the screwdriver, the ref distractions, and Takeshita, even though it had some difference, he beat him clean. So I'm like, what does this mean for Takeshita? So I'm looking forward to the next match, because I don't think Kenny's going to lose 3 in a row. But if he does, I definitely feel like this Kenny's about to take off.
I don't want to hear no more of that wrestling god shit. But on the lighter subject, we got the Guns versus FTR and the Bucks. And all I got to say about that is, guns up.
Jay White holding it down how it's supposed to be held down, you know what I'm saying, man?
Yes, sir. That was a great match by them. And I felt like it made sense for the Bullet Club to win simply because they are
a unit.
Yeah, they're a legit group. They legit fuck with each other and all type of shit. They just know each other. And then FTR is just being paired with the Bucks after they just had a match last week.
That just shows just because you're a tag team expert doesn't mean your tag team can mesh with another tag team.
Right.
Because there was even a point in time where I had to just run it back towards the end, because I love the ending segment. How it just showed what he said. The Bullet Club go to such a unit that Jay did a blindside tag so that way Colton could get in after he delivered a Blade Runner to Dax, so that way they can get the pin. And I thought that was just so smart, because Jay has yet to be pinned or submitted on AEW television, period. So, and I think that's telling right there that he's going to definitely be in the World's Hall of Picture. When he gets it, it's going to be serious, because he is the catalyst. It is the Switchblade era whenever he's on the screen. He captivates you, and it's just like, even when he saw Colton get that pin, he just looked in the Bucks' face, and he just He's like, this is my Bullet Club. Like, I don't need you guys. I don't need to do this shit. I'm in your company. I'm making this shit a thing. We got these guys I feel like, I love that you don't really like the guns with them, because I feel like that's also proving ground for them, because they're in these spots in these moments.
They just act too much like
they act, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. But other than that, when I look past that, I'm like, you mesh well with these motherfuckers. You're not out of place. You're learning from them. I see you in the movie.
They are kind of out of place, bro. I feel like the Bullet Club could be with some cooler dudes.
Bro. Who in AEW think could be with cool dudes?
The House of Black, there's a bunch of cool dudes.
No, they can't do they can't do the House of Black. That'd be too much of a merger. They not dark enough.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you asked me what kind of wrestlers, and I'm just saying Buddy Murphy and Malachi would kind of, look good in the Bullet Club, and them niggas doing all this shit and this, and
Yeah, that's too realistic for them. They want dark.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, though, like, I just felt like there could be cooler dudes
I feel like
group,
this is perfect because if they want to add somebody now, it will be a single star. It was just a good way to fill out the group, because Jay in and of itself and Juice are a single star that can tag, but they need that solidified tag team in their stable, and they have that. And they're molding these young guys into being better, because if you feel like they act like their dad too much, bro, I always tell you, they only been wrestling a year. So I feel like being around these guys and being around Juice, he's high energy.
They on some Dolph Ziggler shit, bro.
They
gonna pan out just like Dolph Ziggler.
I really don't know.
No, that's too good for them, honestly, because Dolph Ziggler's a 3-time world champion. But I just mean they're gonna pan out like him. They're gonna pretty much imitate their dad until it gets played out, try to do their own thing, and it's gonna be burnt out. No one's gonna like it. Then they're gonna go back to imitating their dad, and then they're just gonna be known as burnouts.
That's why I really hope that Bullet Club will continue to be successful, because if it is, they won't have to act like their dad. They'll develop into their own characters. I don't feel like that's just...
You can see that though, right?
I can see that, and I can see when you say they act like their dad a little bit, but I feel like that's just because that's their foundation for wrestling. This is their new foundation, being around Juice and Jay.
The crop tops is much, bro. It's too much.
These are just white men. Jay Uso do it. I don't know. I feel like if you
they on some pretty deadly shit. Their shit is up here.
Yeah, I don't support none of that, nigga.
That's why I'm like, bro, there's cooler dudes, bro. There's just cooler
dudes. I just think they're funny sometimes. So I'm like, okay, you guys are doing as well with that. But I feel like the single star, I need them to add a 5th member or something, because it just would be entertaining. But who you think with the 5th member would be? That's a good conversation topic.
I really got to look at the AEW roster to put a pinpoint on it, though. I can see AR Fox being a part of the Bullet Club. I feel like he would mesh well.
He's turned out. You can't have him in there. He's lame.
How is he lame?
Because he turned...
But they can make him cool. He cooler than the Guns. He don't do no zesty shit. He don't come out here talking about freak shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, man. I'm trying to just look at how fruity this nigga Colton Gunn is. Look, right? Look. He look like JaVale McGee if he was gay.
He's got his braids going, man. He's trying to be culture urban.
I like this photo of Dante. That nigga, he look too freaky.
I wish Daniel Garcia, he got hummered by Danny Ass.
Damn.
He was finished.
Bro, you saw that when that nigga made him give him fake fellatio on TV?
Yeah, that's the hummer.
Bro,
that's what the white guys call, got some hummer. He gave that nigga a hummer. I was like, whoa, this nigga said, that nigga's face. I was like,
bro, that was insane as hell.
I was like, you're finished.
Insane as fuck, bro.
The Daniel, you're too good of a wrestler to allow that. Why would you allow that?
Hey, I could also see Jeff Hardy being a part of the Bullet Club. It's about time, you know what I mean? Yeah, Jeff always had them guns up. So, put them on. You know what's up. Shit. Cash from FTR. Yeah, make him go solo. He'll come over to the group. We make him cool. Yeah, we know you fuck with the guns. You know you keep your guns up. Shit, Johnny TV.
I knew you were going to say that.
That nigga would go crazy on the Bullet Club. Shit. Keith Lee, that'll turn him up. They got hella niggas on this fucking roster, bro. Like, look how small the scroll thing is.
Yeah.
Like, this is like a shit fuck ton after this. You don't even wrestle. Paul White. That nigga look like somebody sucked the flavor off of Eminem and just left that motherfucker
Ricky
white.
should have joined the Bullet Club, but he's dumb.
Yeah, he's silly. Yeah, well, it ain't really worth it. It ain't him. It ain't him. Only because he too zesty.
Oh, yeah.
He got that look in his eye like, yeah, nigga, if I have enough money and time, I get me some.
Whoa.
And nobody know what that some is but him.
And now it's time for the main event. My prediction came true. And Jon Moxley let the world be known he's one of the baddest men on the planet. And he put his foot in Orange Cassidy's ass. Pause. He stepped on him. I'm sorry, bro. You know that's your boy and all that type of shit. He went out like this, but he went out like this on his neck. And it was just a moment to see. John had to pray before he did that to him, because he's like, he's trying me, Lord. I don't really want to cripple him on TV, but I need him to know that it's that time. This reign is over. Okay? It's my time to stamp this belt in a different fashion.
He tried to cripple Orange Cassidy, bro.
He for a different championship. Now, this is time. I feel like this is perfect person to take this belt from Orange, just because Orange is a workhorse, and so is Jon. So it's going to be kept up in a similar but not the same exact facet. And I feel like Jon's going to put a different type of stamp on this belt. But I feel like if it wasn't Jon, who else could even live up to the credibility that Orange displayed with this championship? So it was just set in stone. That's why it made so much sense. I've been saying this for a month that title was going with Jon Moxley. And I feel like that's just smart. It's smart within AEW, because all their championships have been solidified by real main inherited guys in the company, like Jon, Hangman, Darby, Kenny, Chris Jericho. All these are major names. When you think AEW, you think about all those names. MJF, like all those names have held the core championship that they all put a stamp on. So I feel like that's just great to see. What did you think about this match?
I didn't need to see this match, if I'm being honest with you. Cassidy, he's the fucking GOAT. He got so much fucking heart, bro. Jon did everything that he possibly could do to this man that was legal. And after all of that, Cassidy still hung through the entire match, and even at one point looked like he was about to win the match.
I thought he might win it. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, Cassidy always provides some type of relief throughout the match, so maybe he's gonna be able to do that, and yeah. He wasn't able to do it this time.
But the good thing about Cassidy is he's a champion with or without the belt, because that's how I'm gonna just look at him from now on. Because man, you don't go through that type of match and survive as long as Orange Cassidy, man. Like, I was just talking to him, like, when blood get in your face, your whole plan is out the window. Like, nigga, I'm bleeding. Like, it's all over my face. I can barely see. So, anyway, congratulations to Jon Moxley. Y'all know that's my guy, but I don't condone this match or that victory. This match was harder to watch than that Stadium Stampede match. I'm glad that Cassidy gets to finally take a long rest. This was probably one of the greatest title reigns that I've ever seen in my time of watching wrestling. Like I said, man, this dude just got so much fucking heart. And that's why all of his matches had you like, this dude might be the best wrestler in the industry. You know what I mean? Like, somebody's so chill and has no catchphrase, and he's going out there and giving you 5-star matches with his heart. You know what I mean? Like, that's why his fan base is right behind him. I want to say thank you to Orange Cassidy, and I love you, man. 32 straight, over 300 days. He's the truth, bro. And he went out like a real honorable champion. And I can't wait to see what's next for Cassidy. I don't need a rematch or to ever see him face Jon Moxley ever again, though. I'll be real. This Jon Moxley, like, low-key, if I was a wrestler, I'd be scared to have a match with this nigga. Just know, if you're about to fight Jon Moxley, you better be ready to bleed. Because there ain't no way around it. He's going to make you bleed. That's just part of his act now. He's like, yep, going straight to gnawing on you. And I'm going to try to cut you open, scratch your back. I'm getting that out of you. So, yeah, be ready. And it's going to be a bitch trying to take that title off of him.
He's not going for that.
No.
And that's why I love that he got the championship now. And that's another way. So it went, look, think about this title's lineage already. It went from Pac, Orange Cassidy, Jon Moxley. And this is not in the World Championship we're talking about. This is their mid-card title. Mid-card heavyweight.
You fooled me. I thought this was I thought this was like the equivalent to the World Heavyweight Championship, like on in WWE.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's how I look at this belt.
And I feel like it's elevated to that now, but that wasn't originally intended. So maybe that could be.
I mean, shit. But when it's labeled the International Championship, it needs to be at that level. You know what I mean? Defended against all races from all walks of life on a consistent basis.
I feel like that's what John's gonna do, and everyone's gonna bleed all over that belt.
Oh my God!
Who do you think is gonna be his first feud for that belt?
I don't know, but
I can't wait to see him talk shit with that belt.
Y'all do not want none.
He's gonna be like, you know, John gonna have it over his shoulders. Like, what you thought was gonna happen? Anything else? Yeah, keep thinking.
Yeah, y'all don't want none.
You don't want none. Like scared none.
Appreciate everybody out there watching with us. Again, it's your boy, the Franchise Kid, Franchise Jerry, and I got my dog with me.
Think I need a Fiji water. You know what it is, man.
And you guys have been watching Wrestling with Exotics. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, man.
Share this shit with the world, y'all.
And turn on your post notifications so you know every time we drop a track. And make sure you guys go check out our shop at pcfshop.myshopify.com. We got something for everybody on there, man. Guaranteed. Peace.